about the early 90s. Everybody was wearing the t-shirt kind of craze became a little popular where there were certain types of brands of t-shirts or things that, people would wear and everybody had them. Like, Batman. You remember when Batman came out?
Batman t-shirts, fucking Looney Tunes t-shirts,
the Simpsons,
the big Simpsons t-shirt, the extra long, skinny Puerto Rican dude, extra long down to your knees t-shirts.
Hey, listen, we weren't the only ones wearing those t-shirts.
Oh no,
man.
You guys were the only ones wearing the extra
no, we weren't.
long.
No, we weren't. Sorry,
extra
buddy.
long with big hats.
Oh, fuck out of here. Y'all were wearing the same shit. Y'all were wearing the same shit.
That was one trend that we did not follow.
That's horse shit. I specifically remember there were black dudes walking around with fucking bed sheets with little fucking sleeves on them, okay? I don't want to hear that shit.
It was all short, skinny Puerto Rican
Oh,
dudes,
fuck that, man.
Which happens to be 80% of Latino dudes.
No.
Short and skinny.
I don't know what Latino dudes you've been looking at, man, but we've grown. Man.
Yeah, okay. Maybe emotionally, but not
no. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Emotionally, you crazy? No, but look. Back then, everybody, that whole t-shirt, everybody was wearing t-shirts of a certain type. Like, at one point or another, this t-shirt became popular, and everybody would wear it.
Looney Tunes
Looney Tunes, Batman, when Batman came out, The Simpsons. Dude, even when freaking Desert Storm. Everybody was wearing Desert Storm t-shirts.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, what? Everybody was, oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. T-shirt.
Desert Storm? I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember that. In the 90s, Desert Storm. A lot of people had Desert Storm t-shirts. But there was one t-shirt in particular of that era, of the early 90s, that to this day, it's hilarious. I love those t-shirts, and I never owned one, which is actually makes me a little sad. This is like in the early 90s, like when we were like in high school.
Yeah. Oh.
And those were the classic Big Johnson t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember Big Johnson?
Yeah.
All right, so Big Johnson was a t-shirt, I guess, that had this like really nerdy looking character.
Yeah.
And he was in different kind of like scenarios or in different kinds of like fake companies. You know, like Big Johnson Lawn Rakes, Big Johnson, Casino, Big Johnson, tires. And there was always a tagline that had some sexual innuendo joke to it, and him with a bunch of big-breasted girls, in certain situations. And they were always fucking hilarious. And you remember the nerdy looking character. His name was Normus Johnson. That's what his name was. I never knew the name of the character.
Normus Johnson.
Normus Johnson. That was his name. And I guess it was from a company in Maryland, I guess, that created it, and it just like took off.
And they made millions upon millions.
They made millions. It started in, I guess, 86 or 87. Yeah. That's what Wikipedia said. And it started in the 80s, but it really didn't get super popular until the early 90s. Like
the 90s when,
92, 93, 94, around there. It said the brand peaked in the 90s with 1992 sales of $6.5 million, which is about $11.5 million today.
Yeah.
So 94, 16.5 million, and then by 1996 there were $20 million in sales.
Sheesh.
Those things were popular,
and they're only T-shirts.
And they were just T-shirts. And I remember that the first one that I had ever saw, it was I think it was Big Johnson Caveman. I think that's what it was. And I think he had a loincloth or he had some fur shit with a big, Flintstones club.
Yeah.
And I remember the tagline on it was, "A girl will go anywhere when you whack him over the head with your Big Johnson."
Yeah.
I was like, that's the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but now.
Oh, fuck. Now. That big fucking pussy. Oh, me too.
Yeah, me too. A boo, boo, boo.
His shirt raped me. Oh, please. Get the fuck out of here. So anyway, the Big Johnson t-shirt was super popular for a long time. I think they still make them.
Yeah, but they're not as...
Yeah, but they're not as popular. They're not like it was back in the 90s where everybody had it. I remember going to Puerto Rico and there were guys walking around with Big Johnson
t-shirts. They might sell them in
t-shirts.
third world countries and, down South America.
Maybe. But yeah, dude, it was super popular. Super, super popular. And
Grande Johnson.
And Grande Johnson.
Grande Johnson.
Yo, I remember me and my boy, man, when I was in Puerto Rico, we would always talk about Big Johnson because he knew the shirts, and we would always just like, everything was Big Johnson t-shirt, Big Johnson, whatever. I mean, we talked so much about Big Johnsons, man. I think people would have thought we were gay or something. Fucking hilarious.
Well, see, that was back in the day when they called your dick your Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, they still call it your Johnson.
No, they don't.
Oh, please.
No, they don't.
Well, I still call it the Johnson.
Well, you know what? You're a throwback.
Well, no, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment compared to these fucking soft-ass faggots that walk around today. No, I'll take that as a compliment because I'm old school. Like
Okay.
So anyway, let's look back at some of the Big Johnson T-shirts that actually came out back in the day. Some of the real popular ones. And I say it to this day, they're fucking comedy gold.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big Johnson firefighting. So the tag is, she's going to get wet fast when she sees the size of your hose. And describe the picture there.
It's a guy with glasses, with a loose fireman's jacket on, a fireman's uniform, with a huge fireman's hose between his legs, and like a woman scantily clad, blonde, has both hands on the tip of his hose.
But it's an actual hose.
It's an actual fire hose.
But it's
huge. I mean, it's like a huge Johnson. There's a huge Johnson hose.
Oh boy! All right.
Like the hose is bigger than the dude.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. So happens. You got a big Johnson.
You know what? I can identify it.
Okay.
Hey.
On that note, all right. The Big Johnson Bait Shack, which is like like fishing bait.
Yeah.
You won't need to be a master baiter when she sees the size of your Johnson.
Jeez. What does he have a big hook with a shark on it or something? And she's like, fawning over him.
Well, it looks like he's got the bait. It looks like, what is it, hot dogs or something like that?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's a big worm coming out of his bait bucket, and the bait bucket's near his dick.
Near his dick.
And they're all just looking at his bait bucket. Big Johnson fishing rods. It's easy to reel them in when you've got a Big Johnson. I guess it's him on a boat with a bunch of
extra big rod.
Yeah, with his scantily clad women, and I think a dude getting eaten by an octopus or something like that.
If only life was like that.
Oh my God. Real. No, this one is one of the classics. This one's one of my favorites because I remember this one specifically from back in the day. Big Johnson's Bar and Casino. Liquor up front, poker in the back.
And like, why does he look like Arthur, the character from that kids' TV show?
I don't know. I have no idea. He does kind of look like him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, here's the next one. Big Johnson houseboats. Party on my deck.
I'm like surprised that Tipper Gore didn't protest these T-shirts. The way she protested rap music and gangster rap.
Oh, here's a great one. Big Johnson's Texas Hold'em tournament. You got the nut. You gotta go all in.
Oh, and the chips are going right up the girl's skirt. Oh God.
I love the look on his face. The look on his face is priceless, man.
Yeah, he has like this goofy smirk.
Yeah, like, well, look what just happened to me.
And like, how they make chips that big?
Well, it happens naturally when you got a Big Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Big Johnson tattoo parlor. You're gonna feel more than a little prick.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was okay.
That's pretty good. Here's the next one. Big Johnson beer pong. You'll always get your ball wet when you whip out a Big Johnson. Big Johnson contractors. We don't stop until you get drilled, nailed, and hammered. Okay, Big Johnson tequila. Lick, suck, and swallow. Never mind the salty taste.
You know what? These were a sign of the times when like being a dude was still being a guy. Not like today where, like even the guys are fucking pussies.
Oh, Big Johnson bungee cord. Well, there's certain things you shouldn't do, even with a Big Johnson. I get it, but it's not that it wasn't that good.
No, see, this is getting into the 2000s right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's Big Johnson scuba gear. The bigger your hose, the deeper you can go. Yeah. That's not that.
You know what? Did like a woman design that one?
Oh, Big Johnson extra deep socket wrenches. You'll get your nuts off faster. You'll get your nuts off faster when you're cranking with a Big Johnson. That's great. You'll get your nuts off faster when you're cranking with a Big Johnson. And of course, he's look at the socket wrench.
Jeez.
He's got a socket wrench and he's trying to put it on the tire, but it's right where his dick is.
Yeah.
Oh man. Big Johnson Landscaping. Call us when it's time to trim a little bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run, Mel.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of. All right, Big Johnson's Pool Hall. Pull out your stick and get felt on your balls. Big Johnson soccer balls. Pump till it's hard, then score. Yeah, it's not that. That's not that.
That was a slow Wednesday.
All right, Big Johnson swinging seaman charter fishing. You don't need high price hookers when you've got a Big Johnson. Oh, Big Johnson extra sticky surf wax. It takes 2 hands to wax a Big Johnson.
Okay.
Like it's surfboards and shit. Okay, Big Johnson shotguns. Cocked, pumped, and ready to blow.
Okay.
Big Johnson off-road. She'll love it on all 4s. I kind of get it, but it's
like you could tell which ones weren't during the 90s and which ones were
yeah
during the 90s.
Big Johnson's Redneck Garage. She'll always be ready to go down south if you can jack her up with your Big Johnson. So yeah, Big Johnson, a classic T-shirt, a classic brand,
Yep.
And it's just a shame that you don't really see it much anymore.
No, well, I mean, with the with the state of today's pussy whip society.
Why don't you just say pussy whip men?
Society as a whole.
No, it's just
because
men.
because even women loved those shirts back in the day.
Yeah, but now it's
but now they feel so fake empowered, and we just gave them the power.
You know what? It's. I think it's just people just being fucking way too goddamn sensitive, and they can't take a joke. It's just a joke, a very good joke.
No, it's more than that.
That's what. That's what that is. It's just fucking. They want to be outraged over every fucking thing.
That it probably goes deeper than just not taking a joke.
Usually with the joke, you don't really have to go deeper if you got a Big Johnson.